Reinhold Beringer, a PhD student, is at the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz S-Class saloon. Behind him sit dignitaries he's picked up from Charles de Gaulle Airport. He guides the Benz onto the A1 autoroute towards Paris, flips a switch on the car's dashboard, and stops driving. The onboard computer is now in control, with 11 miniaturized cameras acting as its eyes, letting this driverless car pass others, change lanes, and maintain a safe distance from the vehicle ahead, all at speeds surpassing 130 kilometers per hour, 80 miles per hour, on public roads. Indeed, the other drivers on this motorway have no idea the car speeding by them is driven by a computer. This wasn't a 2020s feat by a Silicon Valley tech giant. It was 1994, and the driverless technology was developed by academics at a Munich university. Forget Google and Tesla and their famous CEOs. The first driverless car hit public roads thanks to a German scientist named Ernst Dickmanns. We've been dreaming about handing cars over to machines since we first took the wheel. There were mock-ups of systems that worked in the 1930s, vehicle guiding motorways in the 50s and 60s, Japanese computer vision driving in the 70s, Dickmanns' success in the 90s, and DARPA's challenges a decade later. While we feel at the precipice of driverless cars now, we've felt that way for decades, coming up on a century. However, exactly what we mean by driverless has shifted throughout the decades. Until recently, such automation was intended for motorway use only, taking the wheel at higher speeds but in more controlled road situations. Now, driverless cars are also being designed to work on side roads, meaning they must contend with pedestrians, pets, and other confusing conditions. To differentiate, the American Society of Automotive Engineers, SAE, has developed an autonomy spectrum that begins at level 0 and goes up to level 5. Have an ancient banger of a car? Tell people you have a level 0 driverless car. You're not lying. It simply means there's no driving automation at all, although such a car may nevertheless include handy features such as automatic emergency braking or lane departure warnings. Level 1 includes driver assistance, such as adaptive cruise control or automatic steering for staying in lane, but only one or the other. Combine the two so the driver gets steering and acceleration support, and you're at level 2. At these levels, the driver still needs to be actively managing the car all of the time, but software can offer support. Level 3 is a considerable leap ahead. At this point, the car gains the ability to detect the exterior environment. It has cameras and sensors, and make its own decisions. At level 3, the car can ask the human driver to take back the wheel. Think of Tesla's autopilot mode and Mercedes-Benz Drive Pilot. Level 4 is where a car can manage an entire journey, but only in specific situations. For example, driverless cars in San Francisco can only operate in limited areas. You can't take them to many parts of that city, let alone to Canada. And even if the cars don't have a human safety driver in the front seat, engineers will be watching and assisting remotely if the system is confused, perhaps by sudden extreme weather, a waving traffic cop, or a blocked junction. Finally, level 5 is the possibly mythical car that can go anywhere, anytime, without human support, although whether it will ever be built remains to be seen.